to get around that workaround, or have a workaround for the not being able to record students. Plus, we didn't want to have, hundreds of students in our Zoom session.
Sure.
So yeah, we're not recording it. And if you do the live on YouTube button, which looks like Mike, you just turned it on. So there's, so you can click on the link up there in the top left corner of the app.
Okay.
And copy the streaming link, and then you can post that to your Google Classroom or send it out with remind.com, which is what we're doing.
Oh, that's really neat. Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys are just doing, how many people on the screen tomorrow?
So for us, we have our US history team is 8 teachers.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be 10 of us, including Mike and Bill. And then that's it. So that it'll just be the teachers and Mike and Bill. And then, we're going to send out that link, the YouTube link, and say, okay, students, if you want to watch the presentation, here it is. And then I guess, Mike, right, you don't want any copies floating around of a recording. So he has the ability to remove that later on.
Got it. Okay. All right. That sounds pretty easy, actually, then. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And how are you guys dealing with questions?
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
I got a glitch here.
Uh-oh.
I just clicked on the YouTube channel, and
you're getting the recording feedback.
Right.
So go ahead and close that tab.
Is there a way for me to turn that off or something?
Yeah, you got to go into the window, the browser where that stream is playing, and just close the tab out. Or close the
Okay.
window.
Yeah. Which tab?
It's wherever the video is playing in the YouTube on the screen on your in your browser. Just close out that tab or the window.
I'm sorry, I'm not following you, Sean.
If you go back, so exit out of the when you're looking at the screen, you're not looking at us, right?
I can see you.
Okay, so what you want to do is you want to go behind that. There's your windows. So if you click behind it, your app, unless it's full screen, exit out of the app or minimize it, and then you should be able to see your browser. It's wherever the video is playing in the YouTube on the screen on your in your browser. Just close out that tab or the window.
I'm sorry, I'm not following you, Sean.
If you go back, so exit out of the when you're looking at the screen, you're not looking at us, right?
No, I can see you now.
Okay, so what you want to do is you want to go behind that. There's your windows. So if you click behind it, your app, unless it's full screen.
Well, I just closed. I just closed the.
It's wherever
I closed the live on YouTube window that I had open, but up at the top of your screen on the Zoom screen, can you see at the top live on YouTube moniker? Okay, so now I'm not getting the feedback.
Okay, it sounds better.
Okay, so actually I had it up too, so I wonder if that was what you were hearing at the very end there.
Yeah, if you click on the live on YouTube function up there, Mary, you'll see that. If you click on view stream on YouTube, that will open up the window, and then you're going to get 2 things going at once. You'll be getting the stream, which is it has like a 10-second delay or something. Yeah. And then if the app is still open, then it still has us. So it's confusing.
Okay, so then.
Yeah, if you click on the live on YouTube function up there, Mary, you'll see that. If you click on view stream on YouTube, that.
Okay, all right, that's confusing. So for the people that are in the Zoom meeting, it's best just not to have that YouTube browser up?
Exactly.
Or on silent?
Right.
Yeah, or mute it.
Got it, okay.
As long as the icon's shown at the top, that means that the students are going to be able to see it and hear it, but with a delay from our side.
That's right.
Okay, so that's part of so we don't get Zoom bombed.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds good.
One of the things I need, Mary, and you probably remember this, is every time we do one of these, we get a student and teacher count. So I'm going to need to ask you to commandeer however many teachers you got, and even if we just do, they each of them have a roster of 32, and 32 times 6 or 7 or whatever it is, then give me a number.
Got it. Okay. And-
I'm not worried about attendance. I'm worried more about the gross numbers than anything else.
Okay, sure. There's no way to see like on YouTube how many people are watching it, right? It's just
I think it actually gives you a count. It gives you a count of like the participants. And then like if you've ever seen anything live on YouTube, sometimes users will stream live feeds. It'll tell them like how many people are in the chat, and then they can see a live chat. So
okay. Cool.
we're planning on like for tomorrow with at Amador, I'm planning on monitoring that
Mhm.
and then capturing any questions and then forwarding them over to the chat on Zoom for Mike and Bill, in addition to the ones that we've already got before the presentation tomorrow. But yeah, it should, I believe it should tell you or whoever's looking at that, maybe just the host. I don't know. It could be just the host. That's the other thing. It may not show it for us, but it
Okay.
might, but it should for you, Mike. It should tell you because you're going to be hosting the meeting.
I'll check it tomorrow and then we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
You know, so as long as you can help me, because we can do it the same way with Amador, and I know we're going to have 7 or 8 teachers. 7 or 8 times 30 is conceptually 240. Or greater. No, I mean 8 teachers times what? 8 times 6 times 30.
Yeah,
Right.
but not all of us have like 5 U.S. history classes. Like I have,
Right.
I have 3. Jill has, I think, 2 or 3. One teacher has 4. Daldorf has 4. So it just kind of depends on what. Like
So if
there's
you
a
can
couple of
get-
teachers that have 1.
Yeah, if each of you can if you can do the math and then give me the names and then the total count.
Sure.
And if we round it off, that's okay. It's just, we're doing a major count. And this year, depending on how many of these things we do, maybe we'll hit 90,000 since we started doing this.
Wow.
Very cool. All right. So,
So-
Sean, can I ask you a quick question about the questions again? So you said you're getting some questions ahead of time, like on a Google Doc or something, and Bill and Mike will have those, but then you're also going to be getting some live questions.
Yeah, I figured exactly. So I figured that the best way to do it is get Mike and Bill questions first beforehand. And we had one teacher that's getting, because he has 4 classes, so he's going to be sort of he's capturing all those pre-questions, and then somebody like me or someone else in the department tomorrow will be watching the live YouTube stream,
Mhm.
and then capturing any additional questions that students might have in real time. And then
Okay. So I haven't done that part. Is it pretty straightforward with the live chat on the YouTube stream?
Yeah, it should be pretty straightforward. If it's anything like I've seen with other live chat or live stream YouTubes, the only big question is, now that I think about it, I don't think it actually shows the user end, somebody like me or you,
Yeah.
how many people are actually in the chat or watching the stream.
Mhm.
I think it may just be for the host.
Got it.
So Mike, you want to, at some point, maybe tomorrow when you're doing the presentation, take a look at that. Like you said, we'll figure it out before. We'll start streaming before we, we can do a little test run on it before we send it out to students, I guess. But yeah, in terms of the YouTube live thing, it's pretty easy. I mean, once it's started, it looks like once it started through here, there's like a few seconds of delay, and then you just use that link that's created on YouTube, and then you can send that out to people and they can watch it.
Nice.
And
Okay.
if they actually go to the link, then they're technically there in the chat as well, I believe.
Okay.
Great.
Now, have you teachers, are you communicating to the kids when you, wait a second.
For tomorrow?
Yeah, for tomorrow, but are you letting them know if they have questions to jot them down, then put them into the chat? to ask the
I can
question?
do that.
I think that would be another little stimulus, and
Yeah.
they won't be as gun shy as it being in person like we do in some of them when, we have the microphones and you teachers are running around trying to get them to talk, and they're always bashful. The first somebody else, then some jokester will ask some stupid question, and that gets them going. Then they'll ask more silly questions unless somebody asks a good question. And you know, over the years now, we've been asked just about everything, so.
Yeah, if we have a monitor as well, like someone like me during, the YouTube stream, I can help filter those questions. You know, if there's like an outrageous question, just ignore it and then forward you guys the good ones,
Yeah.
depending
Like,
on.
one question that sometimes Bill gets, because he presents himself as the grunt, as the point man, as the guy that was out there up close and personal, and he has been asked in the past, well, did you kill anybody?
Right.
And his answer has evolved over the years. When we first started doing this, his answer was yes, next question.
Right.
And now it's evolved into more of a story that where he talks about, I got the chance to live my life, and I've had, I had 2 children. I got to see them being born, and I went to the high school graduations, and I went to the college, and went to the weddings, and blah blah blah. And he says, what I have to think about is those lives that I took away, that they didn't get all those firsts.
Mm-hmm.
So that hits home usually for the kids, that
Yeah.
all of a sudden it puts a different face on it. The face of wars, is very impactful.
Yeah, that's a different response from him. I mean, I've been watching your guys' presentations for, gosh, almost 10 years now.
At least.
So yeah, and I haven't heard the last few years because I was at a different school out in Marin, but that sounds new. Yeah.
Yeah, that is new. It's our stuff has evolved, and we because we're gonna cover. And Mary, how many have you seen?
This would be my 7th, maybe. Yeah.
Is that right? You've been there that long?
Yeah, I have been.
Yeah, well, you were hidden. You stayed away from us when Ron was still there, huh?
Yeah, well, Ron was in charge.
Well, you've got the con now, so
Yes.
that's awesome that you stepped up to do that.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
What Sean said is the one teacher did prepare. He probably summarized and maybe asked a few of the kids, and this is what I got. Not even a half a page worth of questions.
Those are from Waldorf?
These are from Waldorf, yeah.
Okay.
And some of them were kind of interesting, so we'll cover them.
Okay. Well, yeah, like I said, if there's additional questions in the chat, and I'll encourage that, with my students for sure, say, hey, if you can think of some questions that you may have beforehand.
Yeah, before we launch, we should go ahead and encourage them to do that, because maybe we'll get something, maybe
Right.
we'll get something. We'll just have to wait and see. But
Yeah.
I'm fairly comfortable at this time.
So Mike, for tomorrow, are you going to send out, like you did for this meeting, you're going to send out an email to the people for the Amador staff to
I got that list that you sent me. I got it here someplace. Okay. And I will send that to everybody. I know I got it here someplace.
It'll probably be the same link, right? I mean, it's the same meeting
Not
ID.
necessarily, no, because I've been using the do it automatically.
Uh-huh.
But then I just go 2 or 3 lines down below it, and there's the whole link right there.
Okay.
I've been doing a copy and paste and putting it in an email.
Okay, sounds good.
So I mean, like when I invited you to, that was late morning this morning when I sent that out to just let's turn this into a Zoom and make it more productive. And it took me 20 seconds to do all that.
Cool.
So later on, I probably will do it tonight because my day tomorrow is very packed. And I will attempt to be back by noontime. So I'm in front of this computer at that point in time. The one question I have, and maybe, I don't know who knows the answer to this one. I know somewhere in the settings, it says you can put a virtual background in, but I don't know where to go to find the virtual backgrounds.
It's through the settings that we were looking at together the other day, Mike.
Yeah, it's in the profile, and I know in that area, but it says go somewhere, and I don't know where that is.
And it actually might even be in the app itself. Let me take a look.
Because my background back here is not too cool.
Yeah, there is a way to do it, but like for me, I can't do it because my laptop, it said it's not robust enough. My school issued MacBook Air. So it just kind of depends on the laptop that you have.
Well,
But it should
maybe
be pretty easy to
maybe
enable.
what I'll do later when I'm playing around with it, I will go to my profile, find that section and see what it's called. And then maybe
Yeah.
you can help me find it.
Yeah. Yeah. You look for virtual background. I can help you find it too.
Yeah. And then it's a matter, you go someplace, you just click on it and it's set up
Right.
for in perpetuity, so kind of thing. Okay, any questions, Mary?
I don't think so. I guess I'll be curious to hear how it goes tomorrow. I'm sure it's going to go well. And if there are any hiccups, I guess I'll hear about them. And
Yeah. We had our, what was it? Last Friday was our
Don't even
scheduled
go
day.
there.
Didn't go so well. So
We
we had
had
to
a
iron out
very
the bugs.
embarrassing
Oh, no.
day.
Yeah.
what happened on Friday?
We tried
It's,
doing this.
yeah, we tried to get the meeting started and it kept saying when people trying to join it, it said something like the host has already got another meeting going. And so
No.
I think we figured it out over the weekend. Mike and I got together, and Mike got a lot of help from his son, I think, which really turned out to be the
Yeah,
kicker.
my son does 4 to 5 Zooms a day.
Okay. Well, that's
And,
great to be able to
and
help
he
you then.
said, and he just said, shut up and listen. Here's what you do.
Yeah. Well, good luck tomorrow. I'm sure it'll be good this time around.
Yeah. When is your guys' scheduled, Mary?
Well, we were going to do it on Thursday, but then we just got a email like right after we planned for this Thursday that we're going to all go to school, the staff, and hold up signs for the seniors that are coming by to pick up their gowns and whatnot. So we had to reschedule to the Thursday after. Because
And you're at Dublin High?
Dublin High, yeah. Yeah, because we have
Right.
this like schedule now for all the different subjects to have their slots for Zoom, and ours is on Thursdays at
Okay.
11 to 1.
I actually saw an article today in somewhere, I forget what it was, but they said Dublin High is making contingency plans for remote teaching in the fall, if necessary.
I haven't heard
Have you heard
anything
anything about that?
from them. I just like kind of heard from my friends and from watching like the briefings and stuff that we're
Yeah.
already talking about no regular school, at least in the fall.
Right. Well, I guess better safe than sorry. It's kind of interesting because, the Tri-Valley schools, it seems like a lot of other schools in the surrounding area kind of follow our lead. So
That's true. Yeah.
yeah, we'll see what happens.
It'll
Hopefully
be
that won't happen.
Very,
but-
very interesting.
Yeah.
Mary, I just wanted to let you know, I am going to extend an invitation to Catherine Anderson. She's the old state something or other
Okay.
representative.
Yeah.
2 of her kids are in your school.
Oh, that's great. Okay. That's awesome.
And then I got another guy who's a Vietnam vet. He and his wife wanted to observe it. So I'm going to let them do that. They're Dublin residents as well.
Okay. Sounds good. All
Okay.
right.
Every once in a while we've had visitors, and I know Sean's had it. We've had visitors come up and sometimes if a guy comes up when we're doing a live, we'll actually get him to participate at least during the Q&A sections. Some of the guys are so afraid they don't want to open their mouths, but we've got a few now that are willing to at least answer questions. So
That's great.
it'll be interesting. All right, guys. Well, I think we've got it licked. Look at that. 20 minutes. We're Sean, would you believe it after we started out here 2 weeks ago? Holy moly.
Yeah, here we are.
All right.
Like we're ready to rock and roll.
That sounds good. I will see you guys. I will see you, Sean, tomorrow. And Mary, I will see you on May 7th.
Okay. Sounds good. Thanks so much.
Thank you. If you have any
Okay.
questions, Mary, in the interim, don't hesitate to.
Yeah. I'll email you or call you.
Okay,
Sounds good.
sounds good. All right.
Okay.
Thanks,
All right,
guys.
everybody.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye. Nice meeting you,
Thank
Mary.
you. Yeah. Nice meeting you too. Take care.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.